It's above all a matter of national security.
The price will go up like we saw with copper. And then there was this rug pull with copper.
Gold futures in New York this morning surging to a record high.
President Donald Trump surprised countries around the world last week by announcing he would double tariffs on metal imports.
The heart of America was built on mining. From the coal that powered the Industrial Revolution to the iron that forged steel, from copper to gold, mining has been part of America's DNA. Generations of families worked the mines, entire towns grew around them, and the industry fueled U.S. growth and global dominance. But today, that legacy is collapsing. Mines across the United States are shutting down. And as America's mining sector withers, Canada is quietly stepping in, taking over the very resources that once defined American strength. Subscribe now to Traveling Vibes, where we bring you the untold stories shaping America's future. Donald Trump, furious at what he sees as a deliberate betrayal of the American worker, is going absolutely nuts. At rallies, in interviews, and on social media, he points to a system where U.S. mines close while Canada profits. For Trump, this isn't just economics, it's national security. It's the American dream being sold off piece by piece. So how did we get here? Why are U.S. mines shutting down while Canada takes over? The answer lies in decades of policy choices, global competition, and a changing world economy. Let's start with coal. For over a century, coal mining was king in America. It powered electricity, heated homes, and provided high-paying jobs. But in the past 20 years, coal has collapsed. Environmental regulations tightened. Natural gas, cheaper and cleaner, surged. Renewable energy expanded. Coal mines closed, and with them, thousands of jobs vanished. Towns in West Virginia, Kentucky, and Wyoming were gutted. Trump promised to bring coal back, but the global market had already moved on. And coal is just one piece. America's once mighty metal mining industry has shrunk too. Copper mines in Arizona struggle to compete. Iron ore operations in Minnesota face foreign competition. Even gold production has slowed. Instead of expanding domestic mining, America has increasingly relied on imports. And that's where Canada comes in. Canada is rich in resources. From the vast nickel reserves of Ontario to the oil sands of Alberta, from uranium in Saskatchewan to rare earth elements in Quebec, Canada has built an economy deeply tied to mining. And unlike the United States, Canada has doubled down on its mining sector. Canadian companies aren't just operating at home, they're global giants. Many of the world's largest mining corporations are headquartered in Canada, and they've spent decades buying up assets around the world, including in the United States. So when U.S. mines shut down, Canadian firms often swoop in. They purchase mining rights. They control processing plants. They dominate the supply chains. What was once made in America is increasingly controlled by Canada. Trump has zeroed in on this, blasting Washington elites for allowing America to lose control over its resources. He paints a picture of hard-working miners thrown out of jobs while foreign companies take profits. He sees Canada not as a friendly neighbor, but as a competitor exploiting America's weakness. And there's more to this than economics. Mining is about national security. Critical minerals like nickel, lithium, cobalt, and rare earth elements are the backbone of modern technology. Without them, there are no electric cars, no smartphones, no satellites, no advanced weapons. And right now, the U.S. is dangerously dependent on imports, many of them from Canada. When Trump says America is being sold out, he's tapping into a very real fear. If Canada controls these resources, then Canada has leverage over the U.S. tech sector, the defense industry, even the energy transition. Washington knows this. The Pentagon has warned repeatedly that America's reliance on foreign minerals is a strategic vulnerability. And yet, U.S. mines keep closing. Why? Some say it's environmental restrictions. Others say it's economic. Labor costs are higher, regulations tougher, and investors prefer Canada's stable mining laws. Canadian companies also benefit from government support, tax incentives, and global networks. Meanwhile, American mining towns are left behind, and the impact is devastating. Families lose jobs. Communities collapse. The very idea of America as a resource-rich superpower fades. For decades, U.S. steel mills and factories had a direct pipeline to domestic mines. Today, they rely on shipments from abroad. The shift isn't just symbolic, it's a transfer of power. And Canadians know it. Canadian leaders openly describe their country as a global mining powerhouse. They boast of dominating the supply chains that America needs. In Ottawa, officials see mining as Canada's ticket to global influence. And they're not wrong. By controlling resources, they control leverage. Trump's rage comes from the belief that this didn't have to happen, that America's mines could have been saved with better policies, better leadership, and stronger protection for domestic industries. He insists that the U.S. should never have allowed its mining dominance to collapse. And he argues that the Canadian takeover is not just competition, but exploitation. But here's the brutal truth. America is now caught in a trap of its own making. It wanted cheap goods, cheap energy, and cleaner industries. It let domestic mining wither. And in doing so, it handed the advantage to Canada. Now, when the U.S. needs critical minerals, it has to go north, hat in hand. This has ripple effects far beyond mining towns. Tech companies in Silicon Valley, automakers in Detroit, defense contractors in Virginia, they all rely on supply chains increasingly dominated by Canada. If relations sour, or if Canada prioritizes its own industries, America could face shortages that cripple entire sectors of its economy. Trump is sounding the alarm in his signature style: fiery, blunt, unapologetic. He warns that without a mining revival, America risks losing not just jobs, but its future. Critics call it hyperbole. Supporters call it the hard truth. Either way, the crisis is real, and Canada is reaping the rewards. The question now is whether America can fight back. Can U.S. mining be revived? Or has the takeover already happened? Can Trump or anyone else reverse decades of decline? Or will the United States enter a new era, one where Canada, not America, holds the keys to the resources that power the modern world? For now, the mines keep shutting down. Canada keeps gaining ground. And the United States, once the undisputed giant of industry, finds itself slipping further behind. Trump is going nuts. And for millions of Americans watching their jobs disappear, their towns hollow out, and their industries collapse, maybe he has every reason to. This is Traveling Vibes. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the global battles shaping America's future. Because the stories the mainstream media won't tell, we will.